Good morning, Unity North. How about a round of applause for the great music from the band? And a second round of applause. You see who's sitting back at the piano today. Ryan Almario is back. It is always wonderful when he is here. Hey, do me a favor, one more round of applause. You know, the beautiful flowers that you see here today, it's in honor of our beloved congregant, Jim Summers, who was flying with the angels, and we had his service yesterday. So send him forth with a little bit of noise. And you know, it is, before we get into the actual service, it's important to remember why we are here. Why do we come together? So I'm going to put the mission statement up on the screens. I'm going to invite you to say this with one powerful voice as we claim why Unity North comes together every Sunday. Together, we are a loving community of spiritual seekers who celebrate diversity, acceptance, and oneness. Every word was chosen. It's important. It's necessary. And as I thought about this week, it's been an interesting week in the United States of America, hasn't it? I read something on Facebook that said any minister who gets up on Sunday morning and does not talk about Ukraine is not doing their job. And so I want to take a moment to transcend partisan politics and know that peace is peace is peace. Respect is respect is respect, and love is love is love. And wherever you fall on any side of that equation, that's what we do here. Peace, love, respect, and oneness. Yes? Let's take a moment to know those things as we hold the country of Ukraine in peace. And we hold the country of the United States in peace. Peace for everybody, all leaders. Take a moment to breathe with me. And on the exhale, allow yourself to become fully present to the miracle of right now. And to claim the truth that you are a light worker. The people next to you are also light workers. And we as a collective are a beacon, shedding a light to anybody who crosses our path. To know that love is more powerful than fear. Love is more powerful than any disrespect. That love heals. And so we claim this miracle and we allow ourselves to be the ambassadors, the emissaries of love here in this now moment, and send from these doors and these windows to everybody who is experiencing discord of any kind. We know love with them, for them, and as them. That's our job here today. We are serving as angels for each other today. And so we say thank you, God, for the opportunity and the responsibility to show up in such a way. May we feel the oneness that exists in this room and around this entire globe. For these things and 1,000 more, we say thank you, God. Thank you, God. Together, thank you, God. We have an oldie but a goodie, Point of Light. So I'm going to invite you, if you're able and willing, to go up on your feet. Our opening song is claiming that I am a point of light, and then we'll say you are a point of light, and we are a point of light. Let's kick it in, guys. Get a little hand clapping now. Go. I am a point of light in the light of God, endless with possibility. And I can heal any darkness as I recall. I am a point of light in the light of God. Love so bright as God's light. Yes, I can heal any darkness as I recall. I am a point of light in the light of God. How about you are a point of light? You are a point. Send that energy to those of you watching us or tuning in either live or during the week. You are a point of light, and we behold you that way. We see you as the magnificent expression of God that you are, and we're so grateful that you brought your light into this moment and this exchange. Thanks so much for joining us. We are a point of light in the light of God. proclaiming the truth here today.
Thank you, Unity North. What a beautiful way to start the morning. And there are 4 special people in the room who are beautiful reminders that we are a point of light as they see us as our highest and our brightest selves. Those can be none other than our prayer chaplains on duty. We have Judy Demmer, our lead prayer chaplain on duty. Say the words in the right order with the right syllables. We also have Imani. We also have Tara and Anna. So thank you so much for seeing us wherever we are online in this place, in this beautiful sacred place. Which brings us to a sacred and beautiful time in our service. It must be... It's announcement time, my friends. We get excited about what's going on in this community, and there is so much going on. Let's see what's up first. So you can take this time to take out your phones because there is a lot happening this week and also in the coming weeks. So I wanted to point out that when you're looking at this slide, the praying pause service, so we have 2, our regular animal service, but also our 3 o'clock one for cats only. Note that there's a change in the time.
Because we know that cats are not really animals. They're humans with fur.
And we love them all the same. So the 2 o'clock one has a location change. So it's a little chilly today, chillier than we thought. So it's going to be in the connections room, the YOU room, as opposed to being in the labyrinth. So we wanted to make sure that you knew that. And also that the drum circle that was scheduled for this Friday is not happening this month. So please look for that next month. And our next set of announcements, we have lots of groups happening this week. So remember, did anyone come to the open mic night last month? Can we hear a round of applause? Amazing. It was so much fun. There was so much talent in the room. There was singing and storytelling and signing and all sorts of beauty. So we want to do that again every month. So this Wednesday, we're going to start with our potluck at 6, meditation at 7, and then 7:30 open mic night in Holy Ground Cafe. So round 2, let's bring on the talent. And in our next announcement, so if you notice, today is the last day. If you were interested in being a host for Spiritual Connections, today is the last day. So make sure you're either scanning that QR code, going on the website, going in the app, asking questions to some knowledgeable person. There are so many knowledgeable people around. But if you were interested in a certain topic or day of the week or location, all of the above, today's the last day. So you want to make that happen. In our next announcement, we're looking at Chantlanta. Now, we know that magical things don't happen here just by magic alone. Sometimes it's the magic of volunteers that make that happen. So Susan Clancy will be right back here taking volunteer sign-up. So please see her so we can make this amazing music festival just as amazing as it should be. And our next announcement, speaking of something amazing, so right back here, so after service, you should just go to all the tables in the back of the room and check them out. Just make it easy on yourself. So we have an upcoming trip to Chattahoochee Nature Center that is just going to be amazing. So if you are loving this sunshine that is coming out, if you love being outdoors, if you love connecting with our animal friends, this is the event for you. It's really low-key, it's relaxed, you get to hang out with people you love, see animals you love. It's a really beautiful time. So you wanna go ahead and go to this table after service to sign up for that. And then if you're a gardener, you might as well just check out the third table and see if you can sign up for some gardening times as well. We do it all here at Unity North. This is why we get excited and why this last announcement is especially important, because we want to welcome people into our community with love, but also with understanding about Unity, what it is, how it applies to your life. And you will see that this one is a one-day Unity Basics. So it is on April 5th from 9:30 to 12 in the Peace Chapel. So it is in person, but it is one day, so definitely finding out more about that. And if you were thinking about being a member of this very active community, this is the event for you. And if you're thinking about all of the amazing things that are happening and you're wondering, how are the new people staying in touch with this? You're here for the first time and you're like, wow, I'm overwhelmed with love. We hope you're overwhelmed with love. And our welcome team is coming forward to continue that effort of pouring love onto you. They have in their hands welcome packets. Those welcome packets have Let's Connect cards. And we want you to either fill that out with pen and paper or scan the QR code if you're fancy. But we want to stay in touch with you and let you know about all the awesome things you just heard about and more, because there's definitely more. So right now, if it is your first time here at Unity North, would you please raise your hand nice and high in the air so we can share some love with you? And you want to keep your hands up until we get a welcome packet in your hand. Thank you so much for choosing Unity North this morning. And also know that to stay connected even more and get to know some of these amazing people on the welcome team, you can come downstairs to Holy Grounds and have food and fellowship. And there's also a beautifully marked table just for you. Or if you just want to stay upstairs, there's a beautifully marked table to your left. So you get choices. But either way, we want to make sure that you know that you are loved and get in any information that you would like about this community.
You all set?
I am
You
all
are just
set.
a ball of light, and I appreciate you so incredibly much. You know, we at Unity North are a co-creative environment. We're all working together to create talks, special services, special gatherings, and even music. And I wanted to introduce this particular song. This song was written by a man I'm going to talk about in this service, Larry Rogers. I don't know where he is, but we're going to talk about Larry. And he wrote a song. Larry doesn't necessarily sing. So I went to Tara and said, can you learn this new song? And Larry used AI to create this song, but the lyrics are his. And I said, we have to do this song and we have to work a talk around it. And Tara didn't blink an eye. She said, I'll do my best to learn it. I'll put it in the right key. I'll learn the lyrics that fit for me, and I'll make it my style. This song is the theme and the foundation of everything we're doing here today. Take them in and make these lyrics personal. But right now, will you please welcome Tara Abundance and Jeannie Bailey.
Thank you. And I want to thank Larry for writing this beautiful song. They're the first to appear when the storms roll in. A gentle touch where the hurt begins, with words that heal and hearts that mend. They're the kind of souls you call a friend, but behind their smiles, do we ever see the weight they carry so selflessly? Who cares for the angels who care for us? Who lifts them them up when the day gets tough. They're the hands we hold, the light in the dark, but who mends the cracks in their weary hearts? Who cares for the angels who care for us? So next time you see their tireless grace, remember the love it takes to embrace. Let's be their strength, their solace, their trust, and care for the angels who care for us.
Hair Abundance, Jeannie Bailey, the Unity North Band, and the man who wrote it, Larry Rogers, right over there. That's the question of the day. Who is caring for the people, the caretakers of the world? I invite you to keep that question close to your heart as we go through the message today. You know, I've heard it said, and it was early on in my ministry, that the only Bible that some people will ever read will be your life. You know, there's 1,000 scriptures out there. There's 1,000 Bibles and Gospels and holy scriptures out there that you can read to find who you are, to find out about this universe, and to find the face of God and the presence of God. But at the end of the day, set them all aside, because your life and your actions and your words and your behavior speak more loudly than any gospel. The gospel, the truth of you. You know, when people show you who they are, believe them. And I think it's important that we are aware that we are the angels. We are those who are preaching a gospel with every word that we speak, every action that we take. You know, part of the spiritual path, as indicated by the beautiful song that Larry wrote, is to take regular inventory of the people who are taking care of you, the people whose lives are a really good gospel, the people whose lives are a really good read. They are the living examples of love and care, compassion, and service to humanity. In fact, I want you to call them out. I want you to call the name of who comes to mind. The first one that comes to mind when I say, who are the angels? 1, 2, 3. There's energy. Did you feel the energy lift? When we speak the names of those caretakers, those examples of love, those testimonies to compassion, the energy arises in the room. Remember them today as I continue. These are the often overlooked people who demonstrate oneness, but are often taken for granted. You feel that? Those individuals whose presence in our lives exemplifies everything that we teach from this platform about oneness, about belonging, about kindness, about care. I like to call them angels with skin on. The people who make a difference when nobody is looking. When nobody is paying attention, they're still being themselves. They're still being the Bible, the gospel, the truth, the light, and the way. The Christ is living in them and as them. The Buddha is living in them and as them. The Atman, the Tao, whatever you call it, is that the perfect divine light that is singing, and singing loudly when nobody is paying attention. Today, we look, we pay attention, and we remember. Daniel Borston once wrote this quote. I invite you to read it with me together. In our world of big names, curiously, our true heroes tend to be anonymous. In this life of illusion, the person of solid virtues who can be admired for something more substantial than his well-knownness often proves to be the unsung hero. These are the heroes. These are the shoulders we stand on. These are the actions and the kindnesses that we stand on. And a lot of people get a lot of recognition, get a lot of praise, make a lot of money, but these are the angels, and who's caring for those angels? It's a story you've probably heard before, but it bears repeating. The business student was on his final year of getting his business degree. He was so excited. He only had one more test to pass, and he would be done with his collegiate life, and he could start the business of his dreams. And he only had one test, and he went into the classroom and sat down, and the professor came and put a piece of paper in front of him, and the piece of paper only had one question on it. One question. What is the name of the person who cleans this building? Say that with me again. Read it with me. What is the name of the lady who cleans this building? Needless to say, he did not pass his final exam. His business degree had to be put on hold because he had not learned what was most important. Who cares for the angels that are cleaning this room? Who are picking up the trash after you? Who are serving you that you often overlook, that you don't pay attention? These are the angels we are talking about today. Yeah, the story says he eventually got his degree, but what he did is make the most important thing, and that is you and I belong to each other. I will learn your name. You know, I am so incredibly impressed. Susie and I take our good friend Dawn Gowing, I told her I was going to talk about her today, out to eat quite frequently because none of us like to eat at home. We go out and we eat. And there is not a restaurant that Dawn has ever gone to before that we take her that she does not know the name of every person who is serving us. There is not a person, they see her come in, it's like Norm from Cheers. But it's going the other direction. I see you, Bob. Thank you for your service. I wish I had that kind of remembrance and kindness in my life. But what happens in that moment, let me tell you, the service that we get just goes up exponentially. And I remember my good friend Woody, who came to this church last year, and he was here talking about suicide prevention. And the number one skill he said to us in that meeting to prevent suicide was learn the person's name and call them by their name. That says you matter. That says I remember you. That says I care for you. You make a difference. So Dawn Gowing is one of the angels among us, and I acknowledge you for your heart. Every single one of us is a culmination of people, seen and unseen, who have touched your life. People that you recognized and people that you did not recognize. Your life as you see it today, the good that you experience, that is absolutely the culmination of a whole bunch of people that maybe you never even recognized, that you never even saw. Well, today we recognize it because if we don't recognize it, I'm going to call that privilege. And we need to rise above it and go, everybody matters. We need to know who is cleaning this rug. Does anybody know who cleans this rug during the day? You know, we were talking, Roland Moore comes to this church, and he's part of a crew, but I'm going to mention him. Roland Moore, for the last 10 years, has come every single Monday morning to wipe down, to pick up the Kleenexes that you all leave, to clean, to vacuum, to scrub, to make this place spotless for you. He has never done it with recognition or applause. Today, I applaud Roland Moore, who I believe is 85, 86 years old. And he says, this is my church. This is what I do. And he says hi in the morning, but I say, I so appreciate it. He says, I don't need any applause. But sometimes the angels need to know that they make a difference. We are the culmination of the unsung heroes who have touched our life, seen and unseen. Our lives are forever changed. We are the sum total of all the moments of somebody who held you up, of somebody who did something, who cleaned up for you, who picked up the crumbs of your life when you were down, who helped you heal, who saw in you what you had forgotten when you had forgotten it and did not allow you to play small. Those small, simple, insignificant acts, as judged by corporate America perhaps, that don't get the applause, that don't get the recognition. You have crossed paths with 1,000 angels, unknown. We said that last week. Paul wrote that in his letter. Be careful how you're behaving because you were entertaining an angel without even knowing it. That means mindful. This means be conscious, be awake, be aware. Pay attention to what is going on around you. And remember that we belong to each other, not just in this room, but out there in that room. That we belong to each other in that room, which is the entire planet. We have crossed paths with angels. How many people know Charles Schultz? Yeah? Peanuts, Snoopy, Charlie Brown. Charles did this to a group of people one time, and he was blown away with the answers. And he asked this group of people, who were the last 5 people to win the Heisman Trophy? Nope. Didn't know. Who were the last 5 actors or actresses that won the Oscar for the best actor or best actress? They came up with a couple of names, but couldn't complete the list. Then he asked them, who were the last 5 people to win the Pulitzer Prize? They came up short. And then Charles Schulz asked the question, who were the last 5 people that made you remember who you are? Who were the last 5 people that saw you, that uplifted you, that healed you? The group couldn't hold it to 5 people. The names started to pour out. Why is that? Because our soul knows what's really important. Awards will fade. Trophies and paper on the wall will eventually fade. Maya Angelou said it best of all. People will forget what you said 5 minutes after you say it, but they will never forget how you made them feel. That lady who is cleaning this room will forget what you said 5 minutes after you say it, but will never, ever, ever forget how you made her feel as important, as worthy, as valuable. You know, there are a lot of accolades for those of us who stand on a platform and we get the applause. That's wonderful. I'm saying applaud for the people that are here week in, week out. Larry Rogers is one of those people. I'm going to talk about it in a minute, but he has served this church at the front door of this church for 25 years. Never got applause. Now, when I told Larry that, we worked the numbers, he says, man, I feel old. But the reality is that the man has been at the front door week after week after week for 25 years, never asking for any compensation. Not that there would have been any, Larry. But he's made a difference. The ministry does not start when I open my mouth in this church. The ministry starts when you come through the front door and somebody, an angel, says, I know who you are. I believe in you. I love you, and I appreciate you. Welcome home, brother. Welcome home, sister. That's the ministry. And that ministry happens in these seats way more than it happens up here on this platform. I'm going to read a poem. We're using AI today. I said, AI, give me something that makes me feel like Larry Rogers. And it was amazing what I got, so I suddenly put some different input in there. But this is a poem that I'm going to read. I'm going to ask you to bring to mind the people whose name you mentioned earlier. Bring Larry into your heart. And a spirit is alive in every one of these lines. I asked Ryan to play a little music behind. In fact, you can just close your eyes and put your hand on your heart and reflect on the faces reflected in this poem. Reflect on the people contained, the energy in this poem. To the hands that cradle, that steady, that soothe, to the voices that comfort in the quiet of night. To the feet that walk long roads beside the weary and the hearts that carry burdens not their own, we honor you. We thank you. Blessed are the nurses, the healers in scrubs, who tend to the weak with hands of strength, those who ease pain with skill and kindness and stay long after others have gone home. Blessed are the doctors, the ones who mend bodies and spirits, who press gentle palms to fevered brows and stitch wounds seen and unseen. Those who whisper, you are not alone. Blessed are the hospice workers, the guardians of the final journey, who sit beside the dying with hands unafraid, softening the passage with dignity and with love. Blessed are the police officers, the keepers of peace, who walk bravely into danger so we may be safe. Those who stand as guardians in moments of fear to protect, to defend, and serve with honor. Blessed are the social workers, the voices for the unseen, who fight for the forgotten, the abandoned, and the hurting. Those who sit in hard places and bring comfort to the vulnerable, reminding the world that every life has worth. Blessed are the teachers, the weavers of wonder, shaping minds with patience and light. And blessed are the parents, the grandparents, the ones who hold small hands, wipe away tears, and sing lullabies to the restless hearts. Blessed are the caretakers of the elderly, who honor the wisdom of time-worn faces and walk slowly beside those who once led the way. Blessed are the counselors, the healers of hearts, who sit in sacred silence with the broken, speaking hope into wounded souls. Blessed are the clergy, the shepherds of the Spirit, who stand at bedsides and pulpits and prison doors, who bear the prayers of the weary like offerings of gold, and remind us we are never, ever beyond love's reach. Blessed are the servicemen and women, the guardians of peace, the defenders of home, keeping watch while others sleep. Those who carry the weight of duty upon their shoulders and sacrifice so others may know safety. Blessed are the friends, the quiet lifelines who answer those late-night calls and dry those unexpected tears. Those who remind us of our worth when we forget and stand beside us through the storm. Blessed are those who feed the hungry, set tables where all are welcome, and fill empty hands with warm beds and open hearts. Blessed are those who house the homeless, offering shelter in the storm, and those who see beyond tattered clothes and weary faces, believing no one should be left in the cold. Blessed are those who clothe the poor and who wrap warmth around shivering shoulders, who stitch hope into every thread, understanding that love is not just spoken, love is active and given. Blessed are those who cook and clean and compassionately care behind the scenes, sometimes just making ends meet. You, the caretakers of the world, are the quiet angels among us, whose love and humanity light the way. Lifting, shielding, guiding, loving, you are the hands of grace, the voices of mercy, and the steadfast light in uncertain times. And today we say, thank you. Thank you. Together, thank you. So again, the question of the day is, who will take care of the angels that take care of us? Here's the answer I'm looking for at Unity North, at the spiritual community that I choose to be a part of. I want a resounding me. Who will take care of the angels that take care of us? Let it be me. Let me be the first to be quick to compassion. Let me be the first with care and the first to return love's bounty when I spot it. Let us have the minds and the hearts that unequivocally answer, me, I will take care of the angels. One of those heroes and one of those angels in our midst is Larry Rogers. Larry has served at that front door for 25 years, as you've heard. He also wrote the song that inspired my words today that Tara sang. I wanted to give him the microphone. It could be dangerous, I've been told. But I want to invite Larry to come up and to find out where it came from within him. Where did those lyrics and those words come from within him, and to share his story and how that song came about. Please welcome Larry Rogers. There you go, brother. All yours.
Such a mistake. Testing.
You're on.
Such a mistake giving me the microphone. You'll regret this. So, can you people in the cheap seats here okay? Okay. He asked me to get up and talk about what came to mind when I did the song. And the short answer is to remind me to acknowledge, to recognize, and acknowledge people I consider angels that are great people. The other answer is I have to take you all the way to China. And in that country, one of my observations, in one of their cities, you could be walking around in the town somewhere in the city, and you could fall over, passing out from some situation, and just fall out, passed out on the sidewalk. And there's a good chance that no one would come to see about you. And I was watching this on TV, and I said, that doesn't seem right. And the narrator who was doing this show said, if you don't believe me, hold on, I got footage, I can show it to you. So sure enough, he showed about 3 or 4 incidences of people that were laying down on the sidewalk, and people would just walk by. And this was in a city, so a lot of people were walking by. And sometimes somebody might stop, and they might not, but they would keep going. Why did that happen? To make a long story short, we'll just say the system in that country is such that if you are the first person that goes up to someone and touch them when they're in that situation, you could get charged with whatever caused their demise, which doesn't make sense. But that's not the point. The point is that if you kept watching the videos, in most of the cases anyway, someone eventually would just, in their mind, just, I don't care about all this other stuff. I'm a human being. I see someone who's hurt, and I need to help them. And they would go up and they would help. And then other people, I guess they assumed, well, I won't be the first one to come up. So then they would follow them and then help them. And you could say that that person was a daring person that was brave enough to go up and do that. But to me, in my eyes, I saw an angel. Go back to 1992 in America. Sometime after the death of Martin Luther King Jr., black people were going through some difficult times. And their, I'll call it, frustration dam had filled up. And this video came out on TV that was showing everywhere. These policemen were beating up this black man who went by the name of Rodney King. You remember that? And when that happened, that frustration dam broke, and the people took out to the streets. It turned into riots. Some of the riots turned into a mob mentality. If you were a white person and you crossed their path, you would probably be in trouble. And sure enough, there was a white truck driver by the name of Reginald Denny that was driving through this. His truck got stopped. They pulled him out of the truck and beat him nearly to death. There were 4 black men led by this one man named Bobby Green, who was watching this live on TV. And they thought, no, this isn't right. We got to go help this person. And they raced to the scene, got that man, put him in the truck, took him to the hospital. The doctor said, had they waited, he might not have made it. People think that's a person that went above and beyond, but to stop, to dare, to care for someone else. But I saw an angel. And there are a lot of angels, especially in this church. I thought about, I could come up here and I could name the angels in this church, and I went like, well, we'll be here all day. Because most of the people in this church are angels to me. In my description of an angel, everybody knows the classical, biblical definition of an angel. But my definition is simple, just someone who consistently cares and takes care of other people. And they do it innately. It's built in. They can't help themselves. And so I was thinking about, I had a teacher of mine that once said, if you got something nice to say about me, don't wait till I'm in past and I'm in my casket. Tell me why I'm alive. And I always remember that. I was like, yeah, I remember that. But I took it further, and I expanded it to remember the people that are good to you later. Remember the people who, notice the people who are angels, who are taking care of other people. And Rich is wondering, when are you going to wrap this up? I have a neighbor that lives about 4 houses up from me, who is one of those angels. And she's the person in my neighborhood who, if you're sick, she's coming around to take care of you. She'll look at you, even if she doesn't know you. You'll hear from her. And she does all these nice things, like send me Christmas cards. And I say, God, she's such a nice person. She's one of my angels. And sure enough, about 2 months ago, I'm getting to it, I saw her. She was coming back from another neighbor's house who was ill. And I caught her in a mailbox and I said, her name is Vanessa. I said, Vanessa, you are such an angel. I said, who takes care of you? She lives by herself. I said, who takes care of you when you're always taking care of everybody else? And she said, well, you know, the angels always, it's nothing to them. It's just innate. It's just built in. They have to do it. And so I told her, I said, I should write a song about that, about who takes care of people like you who are taking care of everybody else. And Richard, that's how I got around to writing that song.
I love you, brother. Who takes care of the angels? Right here, man. Thank you, Larry. Sometimes it's hard for the angels to take it in. So I have to force them to get up here, to stay up here, to not hide behind the piano and go, you are loved. We all need to learn that lesson. You know, in our fast-paced lives, it's so easy to overlook these people, these gentle souls who tirelessly show up day in and day out offering kindness without recognition. So how do we honor them? Real quick list before we go on to meditation. I'm going to invite you to write these words down because I don't want them just to be things that you think about today, but they're things that you're emulating and putting into practice in your life this week. So there's paper in front of you. Number 1, pay attention. Be mindful to the selfless acts that are happening everywhere around us. The work of those who serves. How many people know the name Mr. Rogers? Mr. Rogers got advice from his mother that when things were dark or uncertain or difficult or things were falling apart, this is what you are to do. Look for the helpers. Look for the helpers. They are everywhere, but you have to have the mind, the heart, the eyes, and the ears to seek them out. We are called right now in very uncertain times in our world, in our nation, in our humanity. We are called. There's the helper, Will Hodge. Is to look for the helpers, is to take Mr. Rogers and say, that's just not advice for the kids. That is advice for the kids in each and every one of us. In these uncertain, difficult, dark times, look for the helpers. Find them with dogged determination. Number 2, thank them. Be Don Gowing. Be the one, before you've even received the service, to say, thank you, I see you, I know you. That is more valuable than any award. That is more valuable to somebody who's tired, but still shows up anyway, is I know who you are, you make a difference, I feel you, I know you, and I know your name, and I see you. Recognize them. Number 3, offer them a kindness. You know, Larry said it clearly, I was going to say it. Don't wait till somebody is at a memorial service and you're in the casket saying, you made such a difference in my life. Too late. Too late. And tomorrow is also too late. So my challenge today is pick up the phone. Make the call. Write the email. Put the text. Whatever it takes. Tomorrow is too late. Do it today. You matter to me. I told Marietta and Joel Blackford and Bill Kuhn sitting there that this talk was going to be centered on them as well. You 3 have changed my life in positive ways that I am forever a better man and a better minister as a result of what you've given me. Thank you. That is the call we need to make. Edie Smith, you show up in this staff day in and day out, and you are an angel. This woman nothing can rile her. Nothing ever gets her off center or off course, but she shows up as the same person as the angel of light, every meeting, even the tough ones. You matter to me, Edie Smith, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart. And I'm not going to go through the list because, as Larry said, I would be here all day because every one of you has made a difference in my life, and I know you've made a difference in the lives of the people around you. Don't wait till tomorrow. Offer a kindness. You know, if you want to make this minister cry, go watch the news, and at the end of the news, they do give a little bit of time for the positive and the good. It's the school where the janitor has been working there for 60 years and is retiring, making ends meet. And the whole school comes together, and the school board and the teachers and the principal and the students, and they praise him. 60 years in, where were you 50 years ago, 40 years ago, 30? And they give him a car, which I think is great. That's what we are called to do, not give a car, but do a kindness. It's too late. It cries when the crossing guard, who's been taking and keeping your kids safe across the street for 60 years in that school, has to wait to be acknowledged after they're retiring. Too late. Don't wait. And then the final, as we get ready to go into meditation, a little music would be great underneath. Emulate them. Copy them. It's one thing to notice. It's another to take the energy and live it. Jim Summers, the words spoken about Jim Summers yesterday in his memorial service were amazing. And his legacy will not be in the songs that we sang yesterday. It will not be in the wonderful things we said about Jim Summers yesterday. It will be taking Jim Summers and knowing that he lives as close as my breath. And what I spotted in him, I now do it. That's the legacy. The kindness, the love, the compassion, the sincerity, the strength to be the light even when it feels like the world is falling apart. That's the legacy of every person who's ever crossed your path and taught you what it meant to be loving. So channel Edie Smith, Don Gowing, Bill Coons, the Blackfords, Larry Rogers, and don't miss the opportunity to tell them you love them and that you appreciate them and that you're going to act more like the angels among us, because the only Bible that some people will ever read is not between the pages of a fancy leather-bound book. It's not in the words of a famous prophet. It's in letting those words live in us in such a way that somebody's going to come to you and say, you are my angel, and thank you. That's when the we that we are about in this community lives and breathes, not just in this room, but out there. The country needs us, the world needs us, and the human race needs it. We're going to sing now together. I'm going to get my microphone out. We're going to bring the lights down. And I'm going to take this chant and make it personal. Take it into the cells of your body. And once again, picture those people, those names that have been mentioned, and the names that you have mentioned. Take a deep breath. With the exhale, remove anything that does not belong in the field of love. And we join our voices as we sing this song together. Angels all around us in every part of life, guiding us, protecting us with healing love and light. Angels all around us in every part of life, guiding us, protecting us with healing love and light. Peace, rest easy, there are angels here and now. Peace, rest easy, there are angels here and now. One more time. Angels all around us in every part of life, guiding us, protecting us with healing love and light. Angels all around us in every part of life, guiding us, protecting us with healing. Bring the country in here right now. Peace, peace, rest easy, there are angels here and now. Peace, rest easy, there are angels here and now.
I invite you to adjust your posture so that you are sitting tall and well, and at the same time, relaxing the tension in your body, relaxing into the chair and allowing the chair to support you. Close your outer eyes if you've not already done so. And just take a moment, be aware of the body, aware of the ability to move, but also aware of stillness. Entering into stillness is a choice. Release into stillness. Then begin to focus on your breath. Breathing out, breathing in, allowing the breath to be elevated into the forefront of your consciousness. Each breath cycle a prayer, an affirmation of existence. And now that the body is relaxed and the breath is slow and smooth, allow your awareness to shift into your heart. Go deep into that space, into the cave of the soul. And there, we reflect on the divine expressing as angels. First, continuing to breathe and release and focusing into the cave of the heart. To the best of your ability, we envision the angels of our cosmos. Undifferentiated space and the elements. Angels of each element, air, fire, water, and earth. We offer gratitude for these gifts. And notice what it feels like in the heart when we are grateful. Continuing to release the body and breathe smoothly. Focus into the heart, and we now hone in on the angels of planet Earth, our mother, our provider, our sustainer. We walk on an angel. We offer gratitude for these gifts. And again, notice the shift, the expansion when we steep in gratitude. Continuing to release the body, to breathe, and to focus inward, we now contemplate angels as the inhabitants of the earth, our friends, philanthropists, servants of humanity, and also the bees, birds, trees, all interconnected. We offer gratitude for these gifts. Then lastly, continuing to release the body, breathe and focus into the open and expanded field of the heart. We envision ourself, our we, each of us as our highest angelic self, serving, loving, and caring for all beings which we are interconnected with. We offer gratitude for this gift. Let us remain in that space. Observe the silence that is one and the same as the center of consciousness. Remain aware of that silence as you reflect on the relative quietness of your mind in this now moment. Observe the smoothness of the breath. Feel the stillness of your body. Bring back awareness of your true angelic nature as you gently open your eyes.
Thank you, Reverend Averill. As we take a breath and really hold on to the thoughts from meditation and from the message, we are blessed to be able to take this next moment to recognize some angels with skin on, to recognize some light bearers right here in our congregation. So this community highlight this week is about Habitat for Humanity. The Cobb Interfaith Coalition has built a Habitat home every summer for over 20 years. And Unity North is proud to be a significant part of that build, both financially and with our sweat equity. So every summer, we work side by side with our interfaith brothers and sisters and siblings with hammers and shovels and paintbrushes and, of course, with love and with light. And in early spring, Unity North sends a large donation as part of our tithe so that the next house can be prepared. And we've just sent off that check to Habitat for Humanity, so we wanted to highlight them this week. And sign-ups for the summer build will happen at the beginning of the summer. So right now we want to take a minute to recognize those light bearers, those angels with skin on. So if you have participated in a Habitat for Humanity build, would you please stand so that we can recognize you? Thank you. Thank you. We have light bearers all over. So we look forward to seeing some more of you this summer sharing your love and your light. So now, my fellow angels, we are moving into offering time, a time where we acknowledge our love and our light in this place, a time where we acknowledge the love and the light that this place spreads into the community and into the world. So as our ushers come forward, we recognize that there are so many different ways that we can give. Yes, we can give in the baskets that are coming around. Yes, we can be a consistent giver and put our consistent giver card in the basket. We can scan the QR code. We can go online and give on the website, in the app. There are so many different ways that we can give. And we see each and every gift, not just in amount, but we see the love and the intention behind each gift. As we pour love and intentionality and wholeness into every prayer that Tara's brought forward in the prayer box. And so just to note that that prayer box is located on that back table. So if ever you want to add a prayer in there, you can. And if ever you want one-on-one prayer with a prayer chaplain, they're available before and after service. So, in advance, we are going to offer gratitude for the gifts given today. So please say our offering blessing with me. We are so blessed. We are so prosperous. And it is our great pleasure to share of our blessings and to share of our prosperity. And in the giving, the entire world is blessed. Thank you, God. Please join us in our offering song. We are so blessed. We are so blessed. We are so grateful for all that we have. We are so blessed. We are so blessed. We are so grateful. We are so blessed.
And so I don't know if you're going to introduce this song or not. Are you?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, well, just wanted to talk about this angel a little
Yes.
bit because she's taken front and center here.
So, Jeannie gets center stage on this song. She performed this song, signed this song. Ooh, I cannot even handle it. I sob when I watch her perform. She performed it at the open mic night, and I immediately was like, Richard, that's the song we have to end the service with. And so I just want to say thank you to Jeannie for always being here in a special way that a lot of people don't recognize or notice sometimes. Yeah. And then the other thing I want to say about this song is that you can interpret it many different ways. And the way that I would like for you to interpret it this time is to think about the people who hold space when you're struggling and who know your best and highest good when you can't remember it. Okay, so that's how I want you to think about the words, because you can think about it in many different ways, but really think about those people that lift you up when you're like, nope, I'm terrible, I'm having a bad day and nothing's going right, and they're gonna remember you and remember the truth of you. That's who this song is for. I keep fighting voices in my head that say I'm not enough. Every single lie that tells me I will never measure up. Am I more than just the sum of every high and every low? Remind me once again just who I am, because I need to know. Ooh, oh, you say I am loved when I can't feel a thing. You say I am strong when I think I am weak. You say I am held when I am falling short, and when I don't belong, oh, you say I am yours, and I believe, oh, I believe what you say of me. I believe the only thing that matters now is everything you think of me. In you I find my worth, in you I find my identity. Ooh, oh, you say I'm loved when I can't feel a thing. You say I am strong when I think I am weak. You say I am held when I am falling short, and when I don't belong, oh, you say I am yours, and I believe, oh, I believe what you say of me. Oh, I believe. Taking all I have, and now I'm laying it at your feet. You have every failure, you have every victory. Ooh, oh, you say I am loved when I can't feel a thing. You say I am strong when I think I am weak. You say I am held when I am falling short, when I don't belong, oh, you say I am yours, and I believe, oh, I believe what you say of me. I believe, oh, I believe what you say of me. I
Jeannie Bailey and Tara Abundance. Don't wait till it's too late, till somebody retires or somebody's got a memorial service. Join hands and hearts and voices on our closing song and just be grateful. Don't miss the moment to thank the people that have touched your life, those angels. Pay it forward. Together we sing. And I thank you, yes, I thank you for the love you give to me. And I thank you, yes, I thank you for the love you let. Sing it out, Unity, come on. And I
thank you, yes, I thank you
for the love you give to me. And I thank you, yes, I thank you for the love you let me be. And I thank you. Take it out there, folks. Go be an angel for those who are the angels. Thanks for being here. We'll see you next Sunday. David Alt will be with us next Sunday.